Digital trust is no longer just a legal topic. It shapes how people prove identity, sign agreements, and build confidence online. In this course, we'll make eIDAS 2.0 practical with a clear focus on the differences between SES, AdES, and QES. We'll begin with the foundation, what eIDAS 2.0 changes, and why digital trust matters. Then we'll apply that context to signature choices, comparing SES, AdES, and QES for product risk and compliance decisions. We'll build the topic step by step. First, we'll look at why eIDAS 2.0 exists and how it supports digital trust across Europe. Then we'll connect the key pieces: digital identity, wallets, trust services, and signatures. From there, the focus becomes practical. Which signature type fits? Which product, risk, or compliance need? We'll move in order of assurance: simple, advanced, then qualified electronic signatures. The aim is strategic confidence, not legal or cryptography mastery. Use this course in the way that fits your starting point. If you're new to the topic, follow the path in order. If you already have experience, jump to the modules you need. As you go, capture relevant use cases, risks, customer journeys, and questions for your team. eIDAS 2.0 is the European framework for trusted digital interactions across borders. It provides shared infrastructure so people, businesses, and public services can recognize identities, signatures, and trust services consistently. That foundation shapes how digital wallets and electronic signatures can be designed, accepted, and scaled across the EU. Digital trust starts with a few basic questions. Who is using the service? Did they really agree? And can we prove the document stayed unchanged? Those questions become harder when a transaction crosses borders. eIDAS 2.0 exists to make that trust consistent, legally recognized, and practical across the European Union. In practical terms, eIDAS is the EU's trust rulebook for online business and public services. It gives digital actions legal weight, so identity checks, logins, signatures, company seals, and timestamps can be trusted across member states. Instead of each country relying on separate rules, eIDAS creates common standards. That means a signed document or verified identity in one EU country can be recognized in another. eIDAS 2.0 builds on this with a broader, more modern digital identity framework. eIDAS works like the trust layer behind a digital transaction. Electronic identification helps establish who someone is. Authentication confirms that the right person or system is taking part. Signatures and seals add intent, approval, or organizational origin. Trust services, such as timestamps, certificates, and validation, preserve evidence over time. Together, these parts turn an online action into a record that can be trusted across borders and legally meaningful. eIDAS 1.0 created the legal foundation for electronic identification and trust services. But in practice, adoption was uneven, and users often had different experiences across countries. eIDAS 2.0 raises the ambition from common rules to usable infrastructure. It expands the focus to EU digital identity wallets, stronger interoperability, and more user control, so identity can work more consistently across borders and services. The reason for eIDAS 2.0 is straightforward: make digital identity work better in real life. That means easier to use, accepted across borders, trusted by more organizations, and ready for online onboarding, payments, and signing. At its core, eIDAS 2.0 is about making digital identity work as reliably as a passport, but online. Its goals are connected: a stronger European identity ecosystem, recognition across borders, safer digital transactions, and more user control over what gets shared. The EU Digital Identity Wallet is the practical anchor for this vision. It turns trust, interoperability, and credentials into something people and organizations can use in everyday digital services. The EU Digital Identity Wallet acts as a user-controlled bridge between identity, credentials, and trusted services. A person can prove who they are, share only the attributes needed, and complete onboarding with less friction. Businesses and public services can verify that the information comes from trusted sources and request signatures when formal approval is required. For product teams, this creates opportunities, but also important design questions around consent, compliance, and user trust. Consider a fintech that serves one EU market and wants to expand into 3 more. eIDAS 2.0 can affect almost every step: verifying a new customer, completing KYC, capturing consent, signing the account contract, and keeping an audit trail for regulators. The value is not just compliance. It can make expansion faster, more consistent, and easier to trust. Leaders should treat eIDAS 2.0 as a decision framework, not a compliance footnote. Start by matching identity assurance to the risk of each workflow. Then choose the signature level that fits the legal effect and customer journey. Consider how trust services will affect onboarding, conversion, and support. Finally, decide where to build capability, where to buy, where to partner, and what to monitor as the market evolves. You now have the foundation. eIDAS 2.0 is the EU framework for trusted digital interactions. It supports interoperability, adoption, and usable digital identity. Electronic signatures sit within a wider trust services ecosystem. Next, we'll connect these ideas to digital identity, trust service providers, and the EU Digital Identity Wallet.